When things go wrong, I try to make them right.
Never give in. Never yield.
You're gonna love this.
You ever been surprised before?
Body Shot. Start your free trial now.
Inside the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Hello there, I'm Mauro Ranallo along with my Showtime Championship boxing colleague and former two-division boxing champion Paulie Malignaggi, and MMA fighter turned MMA analyst, amongst other things. He's a Renaissance man, Brendan Schaub, and guys, only fitting that we begin this unique global press tour for this once-in-a-lifetime clash, as today we will, for the first time, see Floyd Money Mayweather coming out of retirement after 2 years, 49-0, seeking his 50th victory as a professional boxer against the MMA superstar Conor McGregor, the only UFC fighter to hold 2 titles in 2 different weight classes simultaneously. But guys, and I'm going to start with you, Brendan, because you've been drinking the Kool-Aid. Do you really think that despite what Conor McGregor has achieved in the octagon and what has he achieved in life, the guy's a winner, but do you really think a guy with no professional boxing experience is going to beat one of the greatest fighters of all time, the best boxer of his era?
I know, Mauro, this can sound crazy, and Paulie, don't kill me. More so than ever before, after what I'm seeing in this build-up. More so than ever.
You're going to have a chance to make your case. Paulie, fitting that we're here in Los Angeles to kick off this tour, because it was 2 years ago this month on the Conan O'Brien show that Conor McGregor was asked if he would ever consider stepping into the boxing ring with Floyd Mayweather. Everyone took it with a grain of salt, empty talk here. Of course, the social media really spawned the back and forth, and what none of us, at least I never thought would come to fruition, will go down on Showtime pay-per-view August 26th. You're known for the gift of gab and jab, brother. How important are events like this when it comes to the actual fight itself?
Well, the build-up has a lot to do with how much you're going to sell, how much people are going to build the anticipation. You know, we talk about the fact that these guys are so great, and we can talk about it from here till tomorrow, but it's the highlight packages. It's seeing them get the knockouts, seeing them get the wins, hearing them themselves talk to each other, the trash talk. We expect Conor McGregor. I expect a very vociferous Conor McGregor today. If I'm wrong, I hope not to be wrong. Mayweather, he's toned down the trash talking in past years, but I think something about Conor McGregor may force Floyd to come out of his regular personalities, chilled back, laid back personality. It's going to be something. Personality, personality, personality. Well, this is what it's all about.
Two of the greatest self-promoters in combat sports history. And we mentioned Conan O'Brien. I know you're down with the Coco too. We've got OT Genesis, the American hip-hop star, doing his thing. This is more than just a fight. Obviously, it is a cultural event. The buzz on social media, and we have already done something, you and I, together for Showtime, and that's all anybody is talking about to me. I know a lot of people within the respective sports, MMA and maybe more so boxing, are down on this fight because of the gulf, the Grand Canyon side chasm when it comes to the experience.
Sure.
But this is something much more than that. This is like the battle of the sexes. This is Evel Knievel. This is Inoki versus Muhammad Ali for this era.
This is bigger than that. This is the biggest sporting event of our lifetimes. Look around. Look at this arena. It's nuts. Conor McGregor has transcended the sport of mixed martial arts. No one ever thought a mixed martial arts could get to this level. Now he's fighting Floyd Mayweather. It's insane.
5 years ago, Conor McGregor was collecting welfare in Ireland. In that span, Paulie, he has become the biggest name in mixed martial arts and has proven that he can fight, winning titles in 2 different weight classes. But what really impresses me about Conor McGregor is that self-belief. I think all of us who have some modicum of success in life believe in visualization. This guy wills himself to victory.
Look at the arena. When they mention Conor, the entire arena is behind this guy. Ireland is behind this guy. Everyone's rooting for this guy because it's a dream that if you dream it, you can believe it. It's going to happen.
And that's the thing, Brendan. You know, Mauro, you mentioned about he was on welfare 5 years ago. This is sort of an example for people that are down and out. People look at a guy like this. People are always looking for heroes. People are always looking for society. Is always looking for somebody they can look up to or whatnot. You know, you look at this guy, and he's a spitting example, a shining example of what it is, what it means to believe in something and then achieve it. Through hard work, determination, sacrifices, it's always better, no matter how bad it is. Making a sacrifice may be really hard, but it's always better than living in poverty. At the end of the day, that makes a big difference.
And that is why this has been christened the money fight. You know, we have Floyd and Conor on the marquee, but this is all about the Benjamins.
Yes and no. For Floyd, more so. For Conor, yes, it's the biggest payday he's ever going to see. But for Conor, it's so much more than just about the money. We know Floyd. You see his Instagrams. How many Bentleys does he have? How many Ferraris? We know that. We got it. For Conor, it's about his legacy.
Well, Conor's doing the same thing, though. Yeah, he's plastering all kinds of stuff on
yes
Instagram,
and no,
Rodeo Drive, and the cars.
True, but he got that from Floyd Mayweather. He's taken that.
And I think both of them have got it from pro wrestling. I didn't get the WrestleMania moment this year, boys, but I think like Muhammad Ali. Well, look around here, Butter. This is a press conference.
Gorgeous George, Muhammad Ali, right?
But you look at you saying that Conor McGregor. See, now you're going to go into pro wrestling heel mode to the boxing fans. You think Conor McGregor's the A side of this fight?
I promise you he's the A side. Look at this arena. When Conor comes out, you guys will see, and it will be very clear who's the A side. In this day and age, just hear me out here, Paulie. I hear you, brother.
I got to be the referee here. I love this.
In this day and age, 18 to 36 males, how do we get our news? How does anything happen? Social media. Who is bigger in social media than Conor McGregor? Just look at his tweet. A simple tweet goes as far as anything you'll see any other athlete put out there. Conor McGregor is by far the A side. Let me ask you, both you boxing experts.
This fight may have never happened without social media.
It never happens. They demand it. Let me ask you this. Who does Floyd Mayweather fight that you would see this? Look at this crowd at a press conference.
Well, Canelo Alvarez, remember we had, I mean, that was a big fight. Oscar De La Hoya, but you answer him.
Not
this. I do too. No, I see your point, too.
Who's Floyd going to fight? Horn? Pacquiao?
No. I see your point, Brendan. You got a point when it comes to that, but the most popular guy isn't necessarily the A side. To me, the A side is a business word, nothing else but a business word.
I agree.
Because you can be the B side and still win the fight and whatnot. So it's nothing else but a business word. And in a business sense, Mayweather is running the promotion. Mayweather's network is televising the fight.
It's his arena.
Yes,
it's boxing.
It's his arena. He called the shots as far as it's going to be a boxing match or a mixed martial arts fight. But you can still be the A side and not be the fan favorite. I mean, a lot of times in Floyd Mayweather's career, he's not been the fan favorite. I mean, let's face it, in the Canelo Alvarez fight, I think Canelo had way more fans than Floyd Mayweather. You know, at the end of the day, the A side for me, it's nothing more than just a business move. It's just a business word.
Well, and business is going to be awful for this thing. Do you believe that it will be?
And also politics on the A side. And you know, in the boxing world, Floyd has the advantage.
Oh, don't get me started on the judges and the referee.
But hold on,
and
we don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about the fact, though, that when you have Floyd Mayweather, who, is a big-time business, the richest athlete ever, made more money, and now Conor McGregor with the biggest financial windfall of his life. Conor McGregor has already won the most painful lottery that we can witness. Sure. But when it comes to Floyd Mayweather now, you think Conor McGregor is going to commit the biggest upset in sports history. You've gone on record saying that.
Yes.
But talk about Floyd Mayweather, though, now, and why you still think he's going to maybe give Conor McGregor the run that we all think. I think he's going to school Conor. I'm sorry.
And that's fair. Most experts do. But I'm looking at this at a different angle. Now, my hat's off to Floyd Mayweather. So for him to get his 50th win, this is not easy. I don't think anyone else in the boxing world would take this fight because not only is the 50th win going to be tough to get, but you're going against an unknown X factor. We don't know how Conor's going to fight him. Floyd has no idea. Floyd's a smaller guy, so I tip the hat to Floyd on that. It's amazing him being 40 and coming out and doing this. It's a huge risk. You two cannot sit here and tell me Conor does not have a chance.
He's the expert here.
Everybody has the puncher's chance.
No, come on, Paulie.
Here's the thing about Conor and the puncher's chance, besides the puncher's chance. He has to show that there is substance behind the punching power. Floyd has fought punching power. Me and Brendan were talking about this on a personal level yesterday. There has to be substance behind it. Does he have the fundamental tools? And if he doesn't have the fundamental tools, is his awkwardness going to not disrupt his positioning to the point where he's actually putting himself out of positioning and hurting himself, and in that way putting himself in good position for Floyd to tee off on him. That's the thing here, because not always being the harder puncher doesn't mean you can't walk your opponent down. Mental pressure becomes physical pressure. You know, physical pressure becomes mental pressure. If Floyd can't miss Conor, if Floyd can't seem to not get to the target that easily, then okay, Floyd's gonna start backing up, the positioning may come into play. But what if Floyd starts to land at will? What if Conor can't get out of the way of certain shots? What if Conor can't make Floyd pay from even when he misses? All of a sudden, even if you're not the bigger puncher, you know what happens? Because a punch is a punch is a punch. Guys start walking backwards. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So because you have this, we could go this way or we could go this way. This is why this fight has been such a big fight for the fans. You have mixed martial arts fans, you have boxing fans,
but they
you have your
demanded it.
casuals.
Right, but
They're
that's the
all
only
curious
reason
about this fight.
That's the biggest reason it's
whether
happening.
you think it's a great fight or whether you think it's a train
yeah.
wreck, listen. You see the car crash on the highway, do you not rubberneck and cause traffic?
It's a
This is not a
spectacle.
car crash.
No, but what I'm
You
saying
have
is, it may not be a car crash. You have the opinion, people that have the opinion
True.
of that, and people
I
that have
agree.
the opinion that it's a great fight. You're gonna have all kinds of opinions. My bottom line is this: no matter what opinions there are, opinions are good
I
because
agree.
they draw
You're buying
attention.
the fight.
Yes,
You're watching the
yes.
fight.
And
That's why it's going to be the biggest pay-per-view of all
Well,
time.
and
I
this-
guarantee both of you that.
And this audience here at the Staples Center for, again, the first of 4 press stops on this unique global tour. 4 press tours in 3 countries, and it's all happening this week. There's one coming up in Toronto. They had to open up, move to a bigger venue, Brooklyn, and then London, England. And by the way, if you're watching us on Facebook Live, we invite you to pose any questions you might have for Brendan or Paulie when it comes to this once-in-a-lifetime clash. And again, guys, 10 or make that 12 3-minute rounds, 154 pounds weight class, 10-ounce boxing gloves. When you look at that, those stats, the 154 pounds, that's a win for McGregor right there, is it not?
Well, it's better for McGregor to fight at junior middleweight, but then again, I mean, you don't know how Floyd makes weight either after 2 years off. Maybe it's good for Floyd that he's fighting at junior middleweight as well. I want to see what Brendan's take on that is as well.
Yeah, I think it really favors Conor McGregor at 154 pounds. That's at 155, the lightweight division in the UFC is exactly where he belongs. He's the champion there. He beat one of the best to ever do in Eddie Alvarez. So it's not a hard weight cut for him. It's where he can be his biggest, most explosive, and have cardio. At 70, we've seen him suffer a little bit. At 45, we see him suffer. 154 is perfect for Conor McGregor. I actually think Floyd there gave up a little ground in his negotiations there, which, to my point, Conor's the A side. For Floyd to even give him 154 is a great example there.
All right, we are just minutes away from meeting the particulars. Thousands of people have already congregated here at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Plenty of live entertainment, dance troops, hip-hop artists. Again, this transcends combat sports. This is a once-in-a-lifetime happening, a cultural event that has definitely resonated with people worldwide, and we cannot wait for Saturday, August 26th, T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, where Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor will, well, don the boxing gloves and go at it in this mega event. Now, we're just moments away from throwing to live entertainment. We have Aloe Black, who's going to be performing King is Born. He, of course, also known for the theme for that great show, How to Make It in America. I Need a Dollar.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if,
Something like that.
I need a dollar.
Don't take Mo's word for it. Listen to the song.
There's plenty of dollars at stake here, my friend.
Yeah.
And again, this is what the fans wanted. So regardless of the Twitter troglodytes, regardless of all the people who are deriding and denigrating this fight, and there may be many reasons you can justify doing that, this is going to happen August 26th. And a lot of people who are criticizing right now are going to be those last-minute impulse buyers. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is the old boxing head. They always talk about the sweet science. Well, in this fight, you're bringing that sweet science in an art classroom. That's what's going on here. You're going to see a lot of the sweet science, but it's going to be tough. You got to open up your mind and understand that Conor can box. Now, can he box like a Canelo or like a Zab Judah? No, but it's going to be different. So I'm just asking all the boxing experts, Open up your mind.
What
if Conor gives him problems?
What about the
if he lands
fallacy?
that big left hand that knocked out a Jose Aldo, one of the best strikers of all time in combat sports, in 13 seconds?
What about the fallacy? Floyd has problems against southpaws. He's beaten every southpaw he's faced.
Yeah, I don't know that Floyd has problems against southpaws, but I've noticed a more aggressive approach to certain southpaws Floyd has taken. I've noticed the Marcus Corley fight, he was aggressive. He got hit, but he was aggressive. The Zab Judah fight, he got hit, but he was aggressive. Sean Bay Mitchell fight, he was aggressive. Then there's other southpaws where, you know, he's had a little bit more respect. Pacquiao, he didn't get really aggressive against Pacquiao. So, again, it goes back to my point to where it's going to come down to what Floyd sees.
Well,
Floyd always takes a first couple of rounds
to figure you out. Is it a respect thing, you think, Paulie? I think he has to at least respect Conor early on.
I'll tell you what the respect comes from. If I'm shooting probing shots at you and I'm seeing, okay, they're not putting you out of position. Let's see how your reactions to my probing shots are your positioning is staying pretty still. Even if you move, it's not out of position. You're rendering yourself dangerous. If you're making too many false moves off my probing shots, then I'm going to start to get aggressive because I realize there's chinks in the armor, so to speak.
I think
that's where the feeling out process comes in.
Okay.
That's where Conor has to pose himself there.
Against type?
He doesn't have to so much be aggressive because when you're in a probing situation, you're in counterpunch mode. You're not shooting a lot. You're
downloading the data.
Yes, you're in counterpunch mode. So I don't think Conor's going to get. I don't know if the best thing for Conor to do is get super aggressive off that. But if he's showing Mayweather that he's reactive, if he's showing Mayweather that his positioning remains good off these probing shots, then Mayweather's gonna be like, all right, I can't just attack.
Remember, he's the bigger guy too.
Yes.
So even with those feints, Conor's not getting out of position because he's longer.
You guys both mentioned aggression. Does Floyd Mayweather go against type? And we know he always wants to download data. Is he going to surprise everybody and be hyper-aggressive against Conor McGregor, go for the knockout?
I think that's more dependent on Conor than it is on Floyd.
Okay.
I think that's more dependent on
And
Conor.
what about Conor? Does Conor have to come out aggressive in order to have any kind of
He needs to come out
chance?
smart but aggressive early on. Now, when I say aggressive, I don't mean that Maidana brawler type of style. I mean unorthodox, smart, calculated, what got him to this dance, which is his distance, his timing, his counter-punching.
All right, we're going to continue our coverage here, and right now we're going to go to the stage. Let's give it up for Aloe Black.
In the jungle, in the heat of the rumble, I ain't got nothing to lose. Hey, I've been fighting these hard times in the ghettos of my mind. Now it's victory that I choose. Hey, yes, my soul is blessed. The king is born, mama. I confess I'm a bad, bad man. Ain't no one like me. I'm a legend. Ain't no one like me. I've been down so long that my crown and throne is destined. There ain't no one like me. I'm a legend, legend, legend. Like a bull in the glass house, no bull about to smash out. Can't nothing stand in my way. Hey, I don't care what the place is, from the penthouse to pavement. Better hear what I say. Yes, my soul is blessed, the king mama, I confess I'm a bad, bad man. Ain't no one like me. I'm a legend. Ain't no one like me. Yeah, I'm a legend. 'Cause I've been down so long, now my crown and throne is destined. Ain't no one like me. I'm a legend. King is born. Yeah, told you before. Yeah, King is born. Been broke before, but I never been broken. I am the truth now, the truth has spoken. A king is born. King is born, yeah, yeah. Ain't no one like me. I'm a legend. Ain't no one like me. Yeah, I'm a legend, legend. 'Cause I've been down so long, now my crown and throne is destined. Ain't no one like me. I'm a legend, legend. King is born.
All right, the very talented Aloe Black as he serenades the crowd here in Los Angeles at the Staples Center, where, again, we are minutes away from going to the stage and introducing the two principals for this once-in-a-lifetime clash, Mayweather versus McGregor. But right now, Showtime has found itself another hit with I'm Dying Up Here, where, well, funny is serious business.
Tell me, pal, is there a Mrs. Drunken Shithead at home?
Know your audience. Floor's wet.
Wanna buy some weed?
How many people want to see Bill fail tonight?
Shut up, you fucking adult baby.
You stole my joke! You don't steal another guy's joke!
So, who we kicking?
What are you so pissed off about? I'm so much funnier than you. Is this still a fight?
It's starting to look like how babies are made.
It's about money, fame, and getting laid by women way out of our league.
So wake up.
Be funny.
Tonight I want to talk to y'all about y'all still right?
How about we settle this like men? Or balls. 3, 2, 1.
Why not just play rock, paper, scissors?
What are we, fucking 10?
Laughter is the best medicine, and even though there's some dramatic points, believe me, I know you're a stand-up comedian. You got to be watching I'm Dying Up Here,
I love
man.
that show.
What a
My
great
boys
show.
are on that show, man. A lot of friends on that show.
So now we, of course, have brought in a mixed martial arts expert, a boxing expert. I've actually called more MMA fights than boxing, but guys, when you look at this seriously now, 12 3-minute rounds under Marcus of Queensberry rules, 10-ounce boxing gloves. Again, Brendan, I don't mean to harp on this because Conor McGregor, one of the best strikers in MMA, deadly left hand, incredibly intelligent. I give him that he's got one of the most incredible minds I've ever seen, the will to win. How can he beat Floyd Mayweather's first time out?
The way he's going to get it done, at least win rounds and make this a competitive fight. Listen, Floyd's a slow starter. He really is. In boxing, you know this better than anyone, Paulie. Boxers really they don't get started to about 4 to 6 rounds. In MMA, we don't have that luxury. So you see Conor right out the gates, applying the pressure. People are gonna be watching at home, looking at their friends, going, "Do you give that round to Conor?" Yeah, I think so, man. It's gonna add up, and he's gonna start putting rounds in the bank.
What about conditioning for 12 3-minute rounds instead of 5 5-minute rounds in MMA?
He can get that done. I promise you, he can get that done.
But what if he starts too fast, though? That's the thing about starting too fast.
I agree.
Gas out late.
But what happens if Floyd starts too slow? That left hand will put anyone to sleep, and he's put out bigger guys to sleep.
But you've got to land clean on Floyd. You may win the round and never land clean. Are you taking enough out of Floyd for him not to come back late in the fight?
Him at 40 years old, I would bank on that.
How many people have landed clean against Floyd Mayweather? Mosley? I mean, there's a couple, right?
Zab Judah, Ortiz, kind of, Maidana, maybe.
But I mean, and don't, you're here because I know you're one of the smartest guys I've ever met.
But here's the thing: in order to get, you can tell a guy can punch even if he doesn't land hit you clean. But is he going to separate you from your consciousness? Is he going to rock you, stumble you? You can still start to respect the guy's power even if he doesn't hit you clean. You can tell, okay, that guy's got heavy hands. and I don't want to get hit clean from this guy. But to hit Floyd clean is a different proposition, because Floyd's defense is not just good because of his reflexes. Because at this point, let's face it, his reflexes are probably slower than they used to be. But it's positioning. His positioning is always good.
But you can't just grace over that, Paul. You can't just say, his reflexes aren't as good.
Well, I'm not. That's
in
the
his
biggest
prime.
curiosity. The 2 years off is the biggest curiosity. You know, at 2 years off, we saw Sugar Ray Leonard come back, Muhammad Ali come back at older ages, and they're suddenly, they were getting hit more than they were used to.
Against all-time greats in that sport, though.
Of course, it's
and
true.
I know Conor's an all-time great in MMA, but...
Of course, and that's the wild card. That's why we're here. That's why we're discussing. That's why we're having this debate.
What interests you most about this? When you found out that it actually was going to be happening and that you're covering it, and by the way, are you going to work with him? Are you going to work with him?
I'm not sure yet. We're in talks.
Okay,
I may find out more information today.
But before you go on, and if Conor's team's listening, if John's listening, they need Paulie as a brilliant mind, a boxing mind in there. Not so much as a sparring partner, but they need his mind and his experience. Because there's going to be some things Floyd's going to do that most MMA guys aren't going to think of.
What should they do, Conor?
It's not so much that it is, but here's the thing. For me, the most important factor is what I've been saying thus far: positioning. If Conor can render his positioning dangerous, even when he's getting hit, even when he's throwing punches, even when there's lulls, if he renders his positioning dangerous, that's what makes a fighter have to respect you. Because you may miss a guy. If his positioning is good, he may be able to hit you. Even if he doesn't always hit you, if your positioning is good, you realize there's a threat there. So I can't just throw everything at him, because his positioning is going to be in a place where he may be able to make me pay. Conor's positioning is everything, because that is the hardest thing to learn and figure out when you're just starting to box. I'm sure there's positioning in mixed martial arts as well. It's just the positioning is a bit different. There's kicks involved, so your distance is a little bit different. There's takedowns involved. The way you're setting your body in general, your stance is a little bit different. But again, positioning comes into play in all forms of combat.
That's where distance is so important for Conor.
And
he can't get in that game.
Distance is part of that positioning.
It's everything.
Positioning is everything, including distance. It's a lot of things, including distance. Is Conor, personally, I'm under the impression that it takes years to figure out your boxing positioning to be correct, both offensively and defensively. I've never seen a person like Conor McGregor either, though. I've never seen an athlete like Conor McGregor either, though. This guy is a supreme athlete. He's done things very well in mixed martial arts. If he at least understands the concept of how important positioning is, then he can at least work on it in camp. Are they working on that in camp? Because
I guarantee
that's
you,
the
Paul.
thing.
Very smart guy, and I want to switch topics just quickly here, because this is really what today is about. Conor McGregor is an incredibly intelligent man who has not just talked his way into the biggest fight maybe ever in terms of financial reward, but a guy who he delivers what he says. So that's the hope. There are so many, and you're right, so many Irish people. I want to believe in Conor McGregor because I know he believes in himself so much. How important is winning this part of the build-up, the trash talking? Because while he's an underdog in boxing, I could see him knocking out Floyd when it comes to war of words.
Yeah, he's going to go undefeated in these press conferences. I can guarantee you that. Now, it starts here. Before they get in there on April 26th, it starts here.
August
26th. It literally starts here. And both these guys are known for intimidating their opponents during the press conferences. Who's going to do it better? Conor's more relevant. He's younger. He's better at trash talking.
He's active.
Yeah, but Floyd Mayweather, remember, Oscar De La Hoya admitted that Floyd Mayweather got into his head after their 11-city tour of their big fight in 2007. No, what I'm saying is,
and did he just say that because he
10
lost?
years ago.
I mean, yeah,
no, but what I'm saying is,
you say a lot of things after you lose, just to give, just to put it out there.
Okay, so you don't think Conor can get into Floyd's head at all?
From an X and O standpoint, no. I think you're still going to go back to the gym. You're going to work on what you have to do. You're going to work on your game plan. Here's where the X factor comes in as far as getting in Floyd's head. Floyd's egomaniacalness.
All right.
Is that even a word?
This is a great point.
We are set. Mayweather versus McGregor. The tour begins right now.
I'm going to stay at the top, do what I want to, because when you speak boxing, you're speaking Mayweather.
I'm going to be ruthless in there. My fist is just going to break his whole face, and that's it.
You got MMA fighters calling me out. Man, stay in your lane.
Let's not kid ourselves here who the big star is of this show. Got me, a slick, handsome Irish kid, and has climbed to the top of the game quicker than anyone else has done it.
This is not like a normal fight.
It's big business.
Conor McGregor has said he will now turn all of his attention to fight only one man, and that is Floyd Money Mayweather.
I'm always looking to make history every single day.
The first man ever to hold 2 titles simultaneously.
And here we are again, more history.
This just puts it even more in stone. No one's even came close. I'll be immortalized after this.
No fighter in the history has done what Floyd Mayweather has done.
All I ever thought about was winning. So that's all I know.
When there's nobody there to separate, he's gonna break.
They fighting every day, they in the gym every day. These fighters still can't beat me.
When I hit a person, they don't escape.
It's not about who hit the hardest. It's about who has the will to win more.
I see it in my head, and then it happens. It's gonna be familiar.
Because I already know that I can face anything.
I know how to fight. I know how to win. I'm God-gifted.
I hold this entire game in the palm of my hand.
It's never personal for me. It's always business.
It's over before it even begins.
When it comes down to boxing, I'm the best at this.
26 world title appearances and having faced over 20 world champions, he has never turned down a challenge. Here is the man who answers this latest challenge. He is the one and only Floyd Mayweather.
Look at the fight, we watch the floor, we on the floor. We on the floor. At the fight, we watch the floor, we on the floor. We on the floor. At the fight, we watch the floor, we on the floor. We on the floor. At the fight, we watch the floor, we on the floor. 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 It's the money team. Get money, don't make no money. If I ever go broke, I'ma take your money.
It's the money team.
I'm about to join the money team. Just hollering at Floyd about it. Hollering at Floyd about it. Hollering at Floyd about it. I'm about to join the money team. Just hollering at Floyd about it. Hollering at Floyd about it. Hollering at Floyd about it.
And ladies and gentlemen, introducing the former 5-division world champion from Las Vegas, Nevada, with a record of 49 wins, no losses, 26 knockouts. Ladies and gentlemen, here is boxing's undisputed top attraction. Please welcome the undefeated 11-time champion of the world, Floyd Money Mayweather. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you, and indeed we welcome you to Staples Center in Los Angeles for our first stop of our four-city, three-country international press tour, announcing the blockbuster event taking place at the MGM T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada on August 26th. It's Mayweather versus McGregor on Showtime pay-per-view. Well, fans, this unprecedented event has garnered attention across the globe for many, many months now, but it would never have materialized without the hard work and the dedication and the risks of these folks behind the scenes. At this time, we'd like to hear from the folks behind the scenes a little bit what it took to make this event possible and also what makes it so very, very special. First, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you a man whose under leadership Showtime Boxing has thrived tremendously and found so much success. Please welcome to the microphone the Executive Vice President and General Manager of Showtime Sports, Mr. Steven Espinosa.
Quedamos ici.
Good afternoon. Over the last several years, Showtime has teamed up with Mayweather Promotions and MGM Grand to give fans the biggest and most exciting events in sports. Big fight after big fight, record-breaking event after record-breaking event. We're happy to be working with Mayweather Promotions and MGM Grand once again. We're also happy to be working with UFC again. We have a long history at Showtime in MMA, and we're glad to be in business with UFC and Conor. We will be working to deliver this event to you, the fans, in unprecedented ways, bringing fans closer to ever to the fighters, the build-up and preparation, and of course, fight night itself. It starts with this four-city press tour, streaming live on the Showtime channels, UFC.com, live on CBS Sports Network, ESPN, and Fox Sports. And of course, ESPN will be bringing you into the training camps, behind the scenes, up close and personal, with All Access. The All Access series, your backstage pass to this fight, will premiere July 28th on Showtime. And when it comes to fight night, this fight will be available to you, more available on more different platforms than any other sporting event in recent history. Whether you're watching at home on TV, on mobile, watch through your cable provider, satellite, watch TV streaming, this fight will be able to watchable by you on any platform, anytime, any place. You know, they said this fight could never be made. They said this fight would never happen. But if you give it some thought, it really is no surprise. Let me explain. 10 years ago, Floyd Mayweather decided to leave his promoter. He was tired of working for someone else. He wanted to be his own boss. He paid $750,000 to buy out of his contract. People said he was crazy. They said he would fail, but he didn't. He bought his way out. He became his own boss. And pay-per-view record after pay-per-view record. Floyd had a plan, and here we are, 49-0, undefeated. He's fought 24 world champions, 24-0. Over his career, Floyd Mayweather has generated 20 million pay-per-view buys, $1.3 billion in pay-per-view revenue. 20 million buys, $1.3 billion. He is by far the #1 attraction in sports and entertainment. There's no one else who's even close. Am I surprised this fight is happening? Am I surprised that at age 40, Floyd is coming out of retirement to fight someone who is younger, bigger, stronger than he is? No, not at all. This is Floyd's plan to do the biggest, most memorable, most exciting, most spectacular events that sports has ever seen. That's what August 26th will be, and that's been the plan all along.
Thank you to Steven Espinosa, and now we move along to hear from one of the hosts of the fights. The event, August 26th, will take place at the beautiful and new MGM T-Mobile Arena. And now please welcome to the microphone the President of Sports and Entertainment, MGM Resorts International, Mr. Richard Sturm.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to the media, our event partners, the sponsors, and all the great fight fans here at Staples, and around the globe watching today's event online. We are thrilled that this fight has come to fruition and that it will be held at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, the newest home of the biggest events in the sports and entertainment industry. In only 15 months, the T-Mobile Arena has quickly become the industry leader and home to many of the greatest athletes and entertainers in the world. There already has been an extraordinary demand for this unprecedented event. We are currently developing a variety of ancillary programming as well around our properties that will allow us to host more events. This includes closed-circuit viewing throughout our properties. We appreciate our partnership with the promoters, networks, fighters, and media, and will continue to support Las Vegas and our championship events. On behalf of our 77,000 employees and our T-Mobile Arena partners at AEG, I'd like to give a special thanks to Al Heyman and his staff, Leonard Ellaby and the Mayweather promotions team, Dana White and the UFC staff, Steven Espinosa with Showtime Sports, Bob Bennett of the Nevada State Athletic Commission. There's no city that hosts events the way Las Vegas does, and we look forward to showing that to the world once again on August 26th. Las Vegas and the T-Mobile Arena will be the center of the sports universe for this great spectacle when two great champions bring two sports together for the very first time. It's going to be an absolute electric weekend, and we look forward to delivering an unforgettable experience for all our guests who have traveled from all around the world to attend this great event. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to Richard. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this fight certainly could not happen without the cooperation of the following gentlemen. Please welcome the renowned president of the UFC, Mr. Dana White.
What's up, Los Angeles? Ladies and gentlemen, the reigning, defending 155-pound champion of the UFC, the notorious Conor McGregor.
Baby, we did it. I couldn't hear anything those motherfuckers said. Thank fuck. This boxing press conference is a completely different setup than we're used to. But 20,000 people, it's mind-blowing. I'm absolutely honored to be here before you to give you this great spectacle. And somebody's has got to go. He's in a fucking tracksuit. He can't even afford a suit anymore. The roses are 2012 outside. He is fucked. There's no other way about it. His little legs, his little core, his little head. I'm gonna knock him out inside 4 rounds, mark my words. I always said, I will eventually rise up and be in association with. If you zoom in right there over my left shoulder, you can see on the poster, McGregor Sports and Entertainment. I rose up and I became in association with. What can I say? I'm a young, confident, happy man that has worked extremely hard for this. I have worked very, very hard for this. So I am just up here embracing everything. Nobody's gonna do nothing. Nobody can do nothing up here to me. I can do what the fuck I want up here. So I'm just enjoying myself, having a good time. And that's it. As far as the fight, he will be unconscious inside 4 rounds. The movement, the power, the ferociousness. He's not experienced this. He's fought people who have shied away from him. I don't fear him. I don't fear this limited set of fighting. This is a limited set of rules that makes this half a fight, a quarter of a fight. This isn't a true fight. If this was a true fight, it wouldn't even take 1 round. How's this suit look? It's a cracker. An August McGregor line. I've got my own line of suits coming out. If you zoom in on the pinstripe, it says, fuck you. Now look, I'm just blessed. This press conference is a little different to me. They try and catch me off guard all over the place. Just try up, didn't even know I had to give a speech. But I'm just enjoying it. All these rules, all these restrictions. It doesn't faze me, it amuses me. The gloves, they have to be 10 ounce, 154 pounds. He's never fought at 154. I think he's fought at 154 maybe once. He wants the gloves up. No problem. Give him the gloves up. I'll wear 10 ounces. No Mexican-made gloves. Okay, no problem. No gloves made out of horsehair. All right, no problem. I don't give a fuck. We're only wearing gloves in our game about 5 years. So I don't give a shit about gloves or any of that. I'm just enjoying it. It's funny to me, all these rules, and all I need is a gum shield. Line me up to the ring, and I'm good to go. So. I don't know what else to say. I'm just feeling so good. I swear to God, I can't bleed contain it. Shout out to my little son, Conor Jr., watching back home. I'm a daddy now. He is the perfect motivation for me to go and once again conquer the supposed unconquerable. My little boy, to provide for him and to set him up for life. I mean, what more motivation could you need? I just look at him and it's like, pushes me on to keep going and keep doing these record-breaking events. I mean, no one's done this shit before. You gotta give me that. No one's done this. No MMA guy has crossed over like this. There's been a few times in history where people have crossed over. Muhammad Ali fought Antonio Inoki in Japan many years ago under MMA rules. He thought at the time that was a wrestling contest, so that wasn't like this. Then James Toney, who had a very big problem with the sport and a big problem with the UFC, very similar to the way Floyd has, but he crossed over into our world. Floyd has a problem, but doesn't want to come over and deal with it. He wants me to come over his side. That's no problem, I'll do that. That's confidence. So, look, let's get this world tour started. Let's have fun. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much to the notorious Conor McGregor. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here, part of the promotional team, he will be introducing his fighter at this time. Please welcome the CEO of Mayweather Promotions, Leonard Ellerby.
LA, we'd like to welcome the undefeated 12-time world champion in 5 different weight classes, the best ever, the undisputed pound for pound world champion, none other than Floyd Money Mayweather! Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. I still got it. All work is what? All work is what? Well, point to the easy work then. "21 is the number." And they say, why is 21 why is 21 the number? Because that's how long I've been kicking ass. I don't give a fuck if it's a ring. I don't give a fuck if it's an octagon. Put me in there and I'ma kick ass.
Don't be talking shit. You do give a fuck if it's an octagon.
All work is what? All work is what? Well, point to the fucking easy work then. Oh, y'all already know. Y'all already know I ain't bitch made. I ain't back down for no motherfucking body. You line them up and I knock them down like bowling pins. And August 26th, I'ma knock this bitch out too.
Yeah, really. I haven't knocked nobody out in about 20 years. Dance for me, boy. Dance for me, son. Dance for me.
Hey, give me that backpack. Give me that backpack. Let me show you motherfuckers what a $100 million fighter look like. Still got $100 million and then he never touched this shit.
That's an tax man.
You right. I'm the IRS and I'm gonna tax your ass.
I'm not gonna do shit.
Yeah, we knew I was the A side. That's why I say Mayweather first. We knew I was the A side. That's why this bitch had to come to the boxing ring.
That's because he ain't up in the
Yeah. Hey, he looked good for a 7-figure fighter. He looked good for an 8-figure fighter. But motherfucker, I'm a 9-figure fighter. And y'all know what? This bitch made $3 million his last fight. But we know that's training camp money for me. MGM Grand, I want to thank the MGM Grand
I want to thank Showtime. I want to thank the MMA fans. I want to say thank you to Conor McGregor. I want to thank you and your team. I got to thank Dana White because it takes two warriors to bring an event like this together. And the two biggest names in combat sports did this. So I didn't do this by myself. This man played a major part in this fight. But August 26th, that's your ass. That's your ass. You name him, and I beat him. We talking about from the 90s to now. We talking about world champion, 18 years. But you know what? It's no problem. He said, oh, Mayweather, I look good in my suit. I say, guess what? August 26th, we're gonna have on the same thing. It's gonna be the same results. It's gonna be the same results. And if you want 8-ounce gloves, let's put 8-ounce gloves on. If you want 4-ounce gloves, let's put 4-ounce gloves on. Don't fool the public. Don't fool the public. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Yeah. We're going to get off in that ass. We're going to get off in that ass. That's what we're going to do. And guess what? I'm an old man. I'm an old man. I'm not even the same man I was 20 years ago. I'm not the same fighter I was 10 years ago. I'm not the same fighter I was 5 years ago. I'm not the same fighter I was 2 years ago. But I got enough to beat you. And we know Mr. Tap Out like to quit. And you will wave that white flag because you can choose which way you want to go. I'm guaranteeing you this. You going out on your face or you going out on your back? Now, which way you want to go? Which way you want to go? That's right. Sit quiet, you little bitch. Talking about my defense. Come on. Oh, I got good defense. All you need to do is show up. You just show up, okay? And I'm gonna do the rest. I'm here right now. You just show up and I'm gonna do the rest. I'm here right now. You can get it 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 right now. Talking that shit. Y'all want me to give it to him right now? Right now? No, we're gonna say that for the payday. We gotta say that for the money. You know, listen, you can do whatever you wanna do. You can scream for whoever you wanna scream for. You can shout for whoever you wanna shout for. God don't make mistakes. And God only made one thing perfect, and that's my boxing record. Hey, don't we gotta pose the fighters now? Face to face.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen. It's Mayweather versus McGregor, Saturday, August 26th at the MGM T-Mobile Arena on Showtime pay-per-view. This afternoon was indeed the very first time these two have met, the very first time they are going face to face. You don't want to miss the action. Once again, Saturday, August 26th, MGM T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, Showtime pay-per-view. As our fighters are facing off, we do want to thank you for being part of this international press tour. It continues tomorrow in Toronto, on Thursday in New York City at Barclays Center in Brooklyn, and on Friday we go across the pond to London SEE Arena, Wembley. Live coverage for all of our press conferences, Showtime Sports YouTube channel, Showtime Boxing Facebook page, CBSSports.com, and UFC.com.
My friends, we have stepped into another universe, and there you go, the first taste of what's to come between Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor. Mauro Ranallo alongside Paulie Malignaggi, Brendan Schaub. And Brendan, obviously a pro-Conor crowd here in Los Angeles, and we kind of joked about it before going on the air. Maybe one of them was not going to necessarily take the high road, and none of them did. But Conor did his piece, went back, sat down, while Floyd Mayweather kind of that stick and move, and he, you know, he started. He went to Money Mayweather quick against Oscar De La Hoya. Remember, he went from Pretty Boy Floyd to Money Mayweather, and Floyd is embracing the heel persona.
That's the best I've ever seen Floyd do. Hey, and this is coming from a guy who, you know, everyone knows I'm a huge Conor fan. I defend him to the day I die. However, he lost Los Angeles. Well, Floyd surprised me like I've never seen before.
He may have won the World Wars, but in terms of Paulie, were you surprised at all by the feedback of the crowd for Conor and not Floyd, or we're used to this?
No, I think even Floyd's used to it. I think Floyd's used to being the heel. I think Floyd's used to not being the fan favorite a lot of times. I think a lot of people watch Floyd Mayweather to see him get beat.
To this magnitude, though, Paulie, like anytime they showed Floyd, I mean, booze. Conor, he would just a simple wave and this place goes nuts.
But here's the thing, with the crowd, we had that with Canelo and we had that with Pacquiao. Crowds this big for events and whatnot. So as far as the crowd being against him, I'm not sure.
Passionate?
I thought.
Do you agree what he said? Do you agree that Floyd got the best of the trash talking today?
I thought Floyd was like past all the trash talk stuff. I thought he was like, yeah, whatever. And he showed up in his sweatsuit. And we saw him in sweats. We were like, he's over it. He's over all the big promotional stuff. He just wants to fight, you know, which is pretty normal for somebody his age. But I think Conor got him going. I think Conor got the engine revved. Conor started talking, and Floyd, sometimes when you're older, sometimes these younger fighters bring that spark in you, you know, where it's like, oh, yeah,
See, that's why I think
I need a little bit of this.
I think Conor brought out the vintage Floyds that were, but I like what Conor did today.
He looked like Macho Man talking to Mean Gene Oakley at the mic. He went for a walk. He came back and talked to the mic.
He thought of things.
It was like stick and move strategy, pull counter.
The old WWF wrestlers, they'd walk away and then come
brilliant.
back, you know, Mean Gene. And then he'd walk away, and then he'd come back.
But what about the star power? What about the star power of a Conor McGregor, though? I mean, dressed to the nines, and this, he just soaks it up, and you can tell genuinely does impact him. Talking about his baby boy, it's cool to see, man.
You can tell Conor's super passionate. Like, he gets this as a spectacle, especially these press tours, but he's here to win the fight. You can tell it's personal for Conor. For Floyd, not so much. He's been here before.
Conor came dressed for the occasion. Let's say that.
Sure.
He came dressed for the occasion.
Conor came dressed like it's the biggest opportunity of his life.
Yeah.
Floyd did not.
Like he's going to the
Although
ball.
Floyd had an advantage because he got to listen to how Conor was going to set the pace.
Yeah.
So then Floyd could come.
Now, is that part of it? Don't you think they have to
part-
negotiate that part?
No, that's part of the A side, B side. The B side always goes second. That's what I'm talking about. The B side gets these little small advantages that in the long run play a long way. So no matter what, if you're the fan favorite, if you're the favorite even in the fight, whatnot, the B side has these things. Part of being the A side is you get to go second at the podium every time.
And it's his production, though, as well. You know,
but a lot of people say this is an indication or an illustration of capitalism run amok, and a lot of people are booing the fight because it's all about the money. But look at Floyd.
Don't fall capitalism for this. We're in combat sports. The best fighter's got to get paid the most money.
I hear you,
That's how it
brother.
works.
I hear you. But I'm saying what some have said. But to me, the fact that, this is what Floyd is about. Now people could say, well, it's always money, Floyd. Come up with new material. What do you want to see more out of these two guys as the tour moves on?
That
You
was
guys
pretty
will be
good
a part
material.
of it.
Hey, you know what? I've never seen this before in Conor. He actually got Conor kind of upset. Mentally, Conor was like, let's do it right now. I was surprised. I said earlier, you're not going to see Conor as a martial artist get upset, throw any punches, get aggravated. He got really aggravated.
What
He
about
came over
4-ounce
there.
boxing gloves? Can they do 4-ounce boxing gloves?
No, he's not crazy.
I don't know.
He knows damn well the rules are set. He's not that crazy.
They could, but
No,
I don't
never.
know. I don't think if Nevada would sanction it. There's boxing rules with the commissions.
Well,
and whatnot.
Nevada sanctioned Mayweather versus McGregor.
Yes, but then of course I don't know. There's
There's
weight
some
issues.
limits, for God's sake.
There's weight.
Come
There's
on.
weight rules. There's rules to the weights of the gloves.
Sure.
Regardless, though, I don't know. I thought both guys played it well.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought Floyd had the advantage. And part of it was because he went second. I think part of it was because he got to hear Conor's shtick, get a little revved up, get the engine. Floyd warmed up the engine. You keep the older car in the driveway. Floyd turned the car on, and it warmed up in the engine.
He brought out the old Camaro, 68 Camaro.
The engine warmed up while Conor went, while
Yeah.
Conor was revving. Floyd was warming the engine up, So Floyd had time to warm the
This
engine
is
up
the
by
first
listening
one,
to him.
too.
That's why.
Toronto's going to get better.
Yep.
New York's going to get better. And these guys, now they have material to think about.
And what
things,
about
think about
London?
things.
To think how popular Conor is here, and I understand Toronto, they had to move from a small venue to the bigger venue. And I heard that Dana White actually said, hey, you better include Toronto on this tour because there are a lot of Irish fans there. And I think going to London, and I've been, Paul, this guy's a god in England. And when I've gone with WWE or boxing, the combat sports fans in the UK, they're unbelievable. So I wonder.
Just combat sports fans in general between
Sure.
mixed martial arts and boxing.
Sure.
Floyd
Everything.
is huge over there.
Toronto's the
Conor's
capital of mixed
huge.
martial arts. I always say that. There's
That's-
nowhere bigger for mixed martial arts than
has
Toronto.
been Brazil, but I'm saying now the reaction I believe Conor is going to get in London at the end of this thing.
Especially all the Irish fans coming
That's what
over.
I mean. It's going to be incredible.
Yeah, they might as well done in Ireland. It's a hop, skip, and a jump away. All the Ireland fans can be in London.
Well, we've
That
been
place
hearing
can
it
be
on
filled.
social media. People
Filled.
wondering why we're not
If
going.
you're giving away free tickets to these press conferences, you could have potentially put this fight in a stadium and it would have sold. This press conference in a stadium and it would have sold.
Well, you could have done it in Dallas Cowboys Stadium. You could have done it anywhere. This
Yep.
place was packed. And it's only going to get better and
We
better.
had talked about earlier getting you on Facebook Live to send us questions, so I've been told that there is a question from Kane Flores. And do you think, and the question this person asked, Paulie, is the one thing that I think has to happen if the grizzled boxing fan will even give this half a chance. Does Floyd Mayweather have to go for the knockout is the question.
I think there will be some criticism if Floyd doesn't stop him. Yeah, I think there will be because I think people in boxing feel like this is such a mismatch, and people in boxing feel like there is so much superiority. And when you think superiority, you think just from an athletic standpoint. It's not just from an athletic standpoint. It's also from a mental standpoint, from a tactical standpoint.
But athletically speaking, though, do you think
athletically speaking, Conor's athletic.
there?
So
But who do you think's a better athlete now at this age?
Conor
40
might
years?
be.
Yeah.
Conor,
Oh, come on, that's not a debate.
But what I'm saying is, he's such a big favorite among the boxing fans. It's not just because of the athleticism, obviously, because we're all agreeing here. Conor may have more athleticism.
Sure.
It's the entire package put together.
Experience.
Should be experience, tactically, fundamentally and whatnot. People expect Floyd to probably get aggressive in this fight.
Now we know Conor calls his shots. I'm sure everyone heard. He
She said
predicted
within
a knockout
yeah,
within
within four. Yeah.
Within 4. Which I agree. If Conor's going to get this done, and by getting it done, knock him out, it's going to be within those 4 rounds.
Well, that's the thing. I think Conor understands that too. I think Conor understands he's not going to go to round 8, 9, or
It's
10
no
or 11
secret.
and still be alive and well in the fight. I think Conor.
Why
probably
don't you think that? Because a lot of people are questioning conditioning and the difference between 5-minute rounds MMA.
Conditioning is one factor, but I'll give you another factor too. If Conor has to start fast, you know, he's probably going to burn a lot of gasoline early in the fight trying to get that fast start. So it means by 8, 9, or 10, or 11, or 12, you may be fatigued. You don't want to be a fatigued fighter in the ring against a guy who's already better than you to begin with.
Especially if he's missing shots. If Mayweather can make a miss, it's going to expend a lot of energy.
I read John Kavanaugh, Conor McGregor's MMA trainer. I know he's training with Owen Roddy as well, boxing. But I heard that they are going to have done 44 fights, sparring tantamount, like the equal of 44 fights before this fight. That
I don't know.
Is that 44 rounds?
I don't like that.
That's crazy.
I don't know.
What does that mean?
I'm not in their camp.
Yeah.
I may be, but
maybe.
I'm not in their camp. But here's the thing.
For sure, jump
for
in
me,
there,
for me personally, I always looked to try to get to about 125 rounds sparring for a championship fight. That was my goal around there. Now, sometimes I wound up at 100. Sometimes I wound up at 150 or 160. It just depended on how the training camp went, depended on injuries, depending on how the days went. My goal was always to get to about, my target number was always at about 125 rounds. I felt like I felt my best if I could get to that number. Now, you know, why is that reason? Because you're seeing punches coming at you 3 times, 4 days a week. You know, you're getting your reflexes sharp, you're getting your positioning sharp, you're getting used to certain moments in the fight, because this is just striking now. But not just striking, just punching. So there's no elbows,
you don't think
there's
there's a point of diminishing returns? Because in mixed martial arts, we don't spar that much. Because we've evolved, because you're getting different athletes getting inside the sport.
And thank goodness, remember the way they used to spar at shooter box in some of these camps?
You just can't
it was
do
like
that.
a fight.
The way
They
we
beat the
hit,
crap
you can't
out
do
of
that.
each other.
But that's the thing, to prepare for 12 rounds.
Yep.
You know, it's another reason why I think even Conor is saying 4 rounds, he's gone.
I want to get.
For me, Conor's going to go all out.
I want to get your answer to this question,
I don't know if he's going
Brendan.
to be Maidana. I don't think he's going to be like Maidana.
No.
I think he's going to
He's
sharpshoot, but he's going to be calculated.
Okay,
with
Aaron
Goldberg.
Basford on Facebook Live asks, what aspect of mixed martial arts can Conor McGregor exploit or use against Floyd Mayweather? Don't say the Superman punch.
Yeah, no, definitely. No spinning back, there's no Superman. Quit with all that. Quit. You can't be my friend if you ask those questions. The big thing here is when they are in the clinch, Floyd's never been a guy with a clinch like Conor McGregor. That's our world. We know where we can get away with certain stuff that Floyd probably isn't used to seeing.
Can you do
with the underhooks, the knee bumps, the positioning, heavy on the body with the bigger guy? That's gonna spend a lot of energy.
You know what Floyd Mayweather's been like in those clinches.
Yeah, of course.
Good luck
He'll use
with
the
the
elbow and
bigger
the
guy.
forearms. Yeah, the bigger guy. Maybe Floyd tries not to get into those clinches. Here's the thing about the clinches. You got to be good enough to get into there. You know what I'm saying? You got to be good enough. Because to enter the punch zone in boxing, to enter my punching zone, I have a couple of options to prevent it. I can step back. I can step around. I can punch you when you're entering. I can step in and smother when you're entering, and that will give you the clinch you want.
Correct.
There's a couple of different options. But
Floyd's a smaller fighter.
You have to be sharp enough to figure them out.
So Floyd is going to have to close distance. When he does that, this can give Conor an opportunity to get in the
feints
clinch.
in so many different ways.
So does Conor, though. His movement, that unorthodox movement, that law movement.
They don't look at me to back you up right now, buddy. You have a few more days to make your case. Of course, Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather opening the firing off the first verbal salvos here at Staples Center. Huge crowd, thousands in attendance. It was a pro Conor McGregor crowd, but this is just the first stop. We are off. Well, at least these two boys are off to Toronto, Brooklyn, and London. It is the Mayweather-McGregor World Tour, and don't forget, it will go down once in a lifetime clash, the money fight. Floyd Mayweather looking to go 50-0 as a professional boxer, facing MMA superstar Conor McGregor. McGregor dons the boxing glove, fights under Marcus of Queensberry rules, 12 3-minute rounds, 154-pound weight class, and they will be wearing the 10-ounce gloves. That goes down Saturday, August 26th. At T-Mobile in Las Vegas, live on Showtime pay-per-view. It has been a banner year for boxing. July 29th, another must-see battle goes down at 140 pounds. Mikey Garcia, he will take on Adrian Broner. July 29th, live on Showtime Championship Boxing. For Brendan and Paulie, I'm Morrow. Thank you for watching. Here's what's coming up on Showtime.
When things go wrong, I try to make them right. Never give in, never yield.
You're gonna love this. You ever been surprised before?
Body shot.
Start your free trial now